Welcome to all of you joining me for this update on additional support measures announced by the Ministry of Finance as part of government's response to the COVID-19 pandemic. During our previous presentation, we looked at measures shared by the Honorable Colum Imbert, Minister of Finance, which directly apply to you through social services, the banking system, credit unions, and religious organizations. Today, we look at the benefits that directly affect employment, the economy, and students. Firstly, payments have begun for persons who lost their jobs and were registered with the National Insurance Board. Government continues to provide up to $1,500 a month for 3 months through the Salary Relief Grant.
We have processed and authorized the first batch of 1,000 salary relief grants. If all goes according to plan, these grants will be wired to recipients tomorrow and arrive in their bank accounts by Wednesday, April 29, 2020. Thereafter, we expect to be able to increase our capacity to be able to process and deliver up to 10,000 new grants per week as we speed up and streamline the process. These grants are eventually expected to reach as many as 100,000 persons at a cost of $400 million. An interesting statistic is the fact that 88% of the salary relief grant applications received so far have been found to be fully compliant in terms of identification documents, certification from their employers of loss of employment, bank account information, and so on.
You may also receive an unexpected check as the Ministry of Finance is expediting the payment of outstanding income tax refunds to individuals.
To date, $116 million in income tax refunds of $20,000 or less has been paid to 17,195 individuals, with $124 million approved for payment to another 7,900 individuals within the next 2 weeks, thus clearing off all outstanding individual income tax refunds at a cost of $240 million. Between VAT refunds and income tax refunds, therefore, we will have paid out $700 million in cash in a 2-month period, all designed to inject money into the economy to keep people in jobs during this difficult period. Accelerated payments of corporation tax refunds are also being seriously considered.
Government is also working to support employers so as many of you as possible can have a job to return to at the end of this trying time.
In March 2020, we issued over 3,800 VAT refund payments in cash to businesses with outstanding arrears of $250,000 per VAT period or less at a cost of $260 million. Last week, we made the decision to pay out a further $200 million in cash in VAT refunds to businesses owed between $250,000 and $500,000 per VAT period, bringing the total of VAT refunds paid out in cash within a period of 4 weeks to $460 million. The residual VAT arrears are being settled through the imminent issuance of $3 billion in interest-bearing VAT bonds as a result of the recent amendment of the Value-Added Tax Act. These bonds will bear interest at a rate of 3.3% over 3 years. And for those businesses who wish to cash them in, from all our discussions, we expect them to be converted by financial institutions at par, 100 cents on the dollar.
Businesses across the country are receiving assistance. However, the impact on tourism in Tobago is receiving specific attention.
We are sending $50 million to the Tobago House of Assembly for the Tobago Regional Health Authority and other COVID-19 related expenses, and a further $5 million to Tobago for their enterprise development program to help small businesses. We are also making available a special fund of $50 million to provide grants to Tobago hoteliers for hotel upgrade and refurbishment, so that when hotels are permitted to reopen their businesses, their hotel plant will be ready to receive visitors.
We have not forgotten our students, those bright minds who are sheltering in place at the campuses of the University of the West Indies.
We have also today initiated the process for wire transfer of funds in the amount of 2,000 TT dollars or US $300 to our Trinidad and Tobago students at the UE campuses at Mona, Jamaica, and Cave Hill, Barbados, who are not on national scholarships. National scholars at the two campuses have already received their personal maintenance allowances through our unit trust facility up to May and in several cases up to June, to assist them with the purchase of food in April and May in the first instance. These funds are being sent to the university bursars at the two campuses for distribution to our students. Other students at regional universities, such as our students in Cuba, for example, will also be assisted in due course.
As this pandemic continues to breed fear and uncertainty, we encourage you to continue to follow the public health guidelines and keep your family safe. We also appreciate the huge efforts of all the frontline workers who continue to give over and above during this time. Government remains committed to its objective to keep the economy moving, stimulate economic activity, and provide financial assistance to individuals and businesses. As always, I will do my best to keep you informed. Stay safe and be blessed.
This was a production of the Ministry of Communications.